and most people find it quite effective. We can increase the effectiveness of Google just by learning to use its own language. And what's wonderful is Google can help you learn that language, or without even, you can use those language tools without actually knowing its language. So what we're going to do is we're going to search Google for a tool called Google Advanced Search. And that's coming up here in my search. So I'm going to click on that. And so now I'm basically going to it's giving me a little form to help me have more control over what the results are that I get. So if I search just with the normal search tool, let's say I'm searching for Washington Monument. If I just type that into normal Google, I'm going to get results that have to do with Washington. Could be George Washington, Washington, D.C., Washington Redskins, and results that have to do with monument. So beyond getting the Washington Monument, I'd probably get other monuments. And I would also get Washington Monument. So I get a lot more information than I want. But if I really just want to search for a particular monument, like the Washington Monument, I can just type in that search. Okay. Notice Google's over here kind of teaching me what to do. It's saying put it, I could put that in quotes on the Google page. But in case I don't remember how to do that, I'm just saying I just want to search for this. Okay. I could also put in search for any of these words where it will search for each one of those. Okay. Now, I was doing this search a little bit earlier, and I came up with a lot of information about the recent damage to the monument because of the earthquake. And I really just want to know kind of about its background, you know, who put it up, how did it get there, when was it put. So I really don't want the information about the recent damage and the repairs it's going through. So I would like to eliminate the word damage from my search, so those don't come up. Okay, so just those two things are going to help me limit my search even before I get any results. Notice here that by using the minus sign, I can say take that out of my search. There's two more things I want to show you. First of all is this concept of the safe search, which is really helpful when you're using Google with young children, or you just don't want to be bothered with it. You can ask it to filter explicit results. Now, I'm not exactly sure what explicit results would come up for Washington Monument, but that's just limiting things that might come up unexpectedly. This is going to make the answers more relevant. It's guessing that it's more relevant to your search. Reading level is also something that could be helpful. I would recommend basically choosing annotate, and I'll show you how that works when we finish the search. And then finally, I'd also go with this one called usage rights. And I'm going to choose free to use, share, or modify even commercially, and I'll show you why in just a minute. So now I've just kind of limited my search a little bit, and I'm going to ask Google now to do this advanced search. First of all, I want you to notice up in the search box, Google is teaching me that I could have just typed in Washington Monuments in quotes minus sign damage, but if I can't remember all that computer language, this is one way for me to work around that by filling in that form. Otherwise, if I start to learn this, I can just type that into regular Google. Now notice these are my reading levels, and it's not a real specific reading level. I'm not getting a Lexile or anything, and I'm not really getting a reading level attached to any of these sites. But if I want to, I can say, well, I only want to show things at a basic reading level. So now it's going to limit my results just to things that are what Google considers a basic reading level. Okay, I can then go back to all reading levels. So that's kind of how the reading level search works. Okay. Also, so now you can see I have a bunch of results here. I don't see anything really on the damage, so I'm kind of getting more information of the type that I was looking for. One more thing I want to share with you is a lot of students use Google Images. So I'm just going to click over to my search from the web results to image results. And if you remember, when I was doing my search, I asked it to limit it to materials that were free to use, share, and modify. Okay, and this is the real reason where you want to think about that, especially as students are creating projects that are becoming more public, like movies they're posting on YouTube or Animoto or anything that's going to be outside of the school building. You really want to make sure that they're following copyright restrictions, because fair use is easy to argue when the material stays within the school building, but once it goes out and it becomes public, you really want to make sure that students are honoring the copyright and the rights of the creator of whatever the material they're using. So, but these images are ones I can be assured are ones people have given permission to be used for projects. And you can see I still have quite a variety of things to choose from. So that's the basics of Google Advanced Search.